Testing 1 2, testing 1 2, testing 1 2. If you lot can hear me, someone put like a signal in the chat saying you can hear me, making sure everything's all good. Testing 1 2 1 2 1 2. Lil Def 76, appreciate that, man. How you doing? Who else we got in the chat, man? Make yourselves known. Right. Warren P, Happy New Year, bro. How's everyone doing, man? What day is it today? 2nd of Jan. How's everyone doing? How is everyone doing? It's been a minute since I've been on YouTube Live, boy. It's been a minute. How's everyone doing? Lil Def, no worries, man. Yeah, I'm here to help as many DJs as possible stop worrying about organization so we can get back to DJing, man. But oh boy, if you're in the chat, make yourselves known, man. Make yourselves known. Don't be shy. We're going to be walking through quite a few bits and pieces today. Yeah, we'll be walking through a few bits and pieces, be showcasing you lot quite a few bits and pieces. So yeah, make sure you got your questions ready. Right now, my count is mentioned is at 857. Do you need that many tracks? Do you need that many tracks? That is a lot of music, man. That is a lot of music. Right, let's just double check that this works. Mate, I don't understand how you got nearly 1 million tracks. Lil Def, how oh shit. Oh. Bear with me, people. Bear with me. Will MLT be available for Windows? It will be. I've literally ordered my Windows laptop here. So it will be ready. 1 second, people. Let me just... God, I just done something stupid there. 1 second. Link. HTTPS preview test. Let's see. What's a decent number of tracks to have? What is a decent number of tracks to have? People in the chat, what is a decent amount of tracks to have in your music library? I have 12,000. I think 12,000 is a perfect amount to have. I DJ a lot. Well, I used to DJ a lot of parties, and 12,000 was more than enough. I think 875,000 was is a bit too much, but I don't know. You lot can discuss. Sorry, I just need to send out one email, and then we can get started. Why is this not working? The real DJ Red, how you doing, bro? DJ Ambition ATL, Happy New Year. Nope, I believe most of the duplicates 3 or 4 are the same track. Well, Lil Def, if you need to get rid of duplicates, I can help you out there. All right, literally 1 second. So if I do that, and do that, and then do that, and then one more thing I need to do. I can't believe I just sent the wrong email out. Sorry, people, bear with me. Bear with me. Paste. Multi-Q and A. Right, cool. Yeah, DJ Lex FYI, FWY. Yeah, I'm back with the live streams. I'm gonna try and do as many live streams as possible now, just to kind of like connect with everyone. Because I've been away for a minute, man. I've been away from YouTube for a minute. There's no real such thing as a decent number, but don't be a file hoarder. Depends on your style. It seems nowadays most DJs have to be open format. 15,000 mark seems okay. I mean, yeah, 15,000 is a lot of tracks. All right, let me just see. Right, you all have my full attention now. Okay, DJ, who's that? Dexter Charles LH8JF. Happy New Year, bro. How you doing? Right, let me just put this here as well. All right, cool. Yeah, so this live stream is pretty much to just try and walk everyone through some of the tools that I've been working on over the past however many months. So if you lot been living under a rock, I've been working on my program MLT to help obviously DJs organize their music libraries without doing it manually and wasting a lot of time. So what I'm going to try and do is walk you all through kind of MLT and show you everything that it does, and then you can just ask questions and then just go from there, kind of thing. And then in the comments and stuff like that, yeah, ask me questions, and if there's any features that you feel that could be added into the app, we can get them in. So let's have a look what people are saying first. Let's have a look. If I have old MLT duplicates, do I need to update it? I want to get into attacking the duplicates. Yeah, so Lil Def, the old MLT duplicates is good, but the new one that I've got in this new app is a lot better, which I can show you today. I ran a duplicator and my duplications are in the duplication crate. How do I remove those duplicates out of my Serato library database so they won't show up in any other crates they're in? Hitman Dub, I'll show you that as well. MLT is now free, but it's the same as the one before because I paid and I would like to know the difference. DJ Lex FWI. So basically, if you paid for MLT tags and queues or crate match, so MLT the suite is like you can use it for free, but there's obviously paid things inside it. So then if you previously bought tags and queues or crate match, when you sign up, you get automatically migrated over. So then you get the paid features inside the new MLT. But again, I'll show you everything right now. So yeah, everyone just get their questions loaded up. What I'm going to do is quickly get the app loaded up now. And then get sorted. So let me just bring this up. Right. Let's have a look. Please give us a basic rundown of what MLT does and how it works. Yeah. So the real DJ Red. All right, cool. I'm trying to think what screen I got to look at. Right. So can everyone see this? If you can see this, just everyone just put yes in the comments down below. And we'll get started. DJ Daz Sop, not just yet. So literally, I bought my Windows laptop today. Not today. It came yesterday. So I'm going to be working on MLT on the Windows laptop over the next few months. So hopefully in the next couple of months we can get it sorted. All right, so what I'm just going to do is just walk everyone through literally as soon as you download MLT what you're going to see. So if you want to download MLT right now, there's a link in the bottom of this live stream. Hit that, and then what it will do is it will sign you up, and then you can download the app from the email or whatever. So click the link in the description down below, and you can literally just follow it, and it will take you straight to the app. So when you download the app on your Mac, so it's only MacBook at the moment, Windows, like I've said, it is going to be coming out soon. So you're going to get this screen. So you're either going to sign up or sign in. Obviously, if you've got an account already, you can sign in, but most of you are going to sign up. So what you'll do is just enter in your details. So I'm just going to put my details in. So link, put my email address in, and then I'm going to put a password in, and put a password in, and then that's it. Literally just set up like that, and then I can create my account. So then it's going to say, welcome to MLT. Are you a Serato DJ? So the app is mainly for Serato DJs. Because I'm a Serato DJ myself, I know the ins and outs of Serato. So I built it for Serato. But I am going to start incorporating Recordbox, DJ Pro, and all them other softwares as well. But if you do have Recordbox or anything, you can use some of the features, but most of the features are for Serato. I previously bought the crate structure, and when I went back to re-import the crates, I can no longer find the instructions. Does MLT have the same functionality to create or edit a crate structure? Emil, let me walk through this, and then we'll get back to that, right? So I'm going to click yes, I use Serato because I'm a Serato DJ. And then it's going to say, welcome to MLT. Hey, Courtney, your account is ready. It's going to just kind of just walk me through what's going to be happening next. So I'm going to click let's get started. And then the first thing it's going to ask you is to select your Serato library. So you might have your Serato library on your laptop, or you might have your Serato library on your external hard drive. If you have one on your external hard drive, you can plug it in and click rescan for libraries, and then it will pick up the external hard drive. But obviously I haven't got an external hard drive plugged in. So I'm just going to select my Serato library, which is on my local machine, like this. There's videos all around the app as well to kind of help you out. But yeah, I'm going to walk you through everything today. So I'm going to click continue. And it's going to take me into MLT. And then it's just going to take me to a tutorial screen. So I'll walk you guys through the tutorial really quickly. So inside MLT, there are 8 apps. And each app kind of does its own specific thing. But when you go through each app, it kind of just helps you organize your music library a little bit more. So add new music. This allows you to add new music into Serato like automatically and in like an organized way. We'll get into that in a bit. Tags and queues. So if you've previously bought my old software, MLT tags and queues, this is it pretty much, but on steroids. So I'll walk you through that. Create match. So basically, if you've got a Spotify playlist, you can paste the link in, and then it will scan your Serato library, find all the tracks inside that Spotify crate, and then create a crate for you. I've been working on a brand new feature as well, which I may show you a lot later. Crate view. So say, for example, you have a bunch of crates that you maybe want to hide or archive. This app will help you out there. Find duplicates, which is probably going to be one of the main apps that everyone's going to use. This is obviously going to scan your music library for duplicates. Yeah, it's personally, I think it's one of the best duplicate apps out there, but we'll let you lot obviously decide. Missing tracks. So obviously a lot of us have orange tracks inside our Serato. So this will help you find those and sort them out. Misplaced tracks. Say for example, so as an organized DJ, you normally have one folder with all your music in. But say for example, you have like 10 tracks that are not inside that folder. It will flag up and say to you, these tracks are not inside this folder. Do you want to move them in? And it will kind of organize them for you. But again, I'll show you that later. MLT switch. Say for example, you've got a bunch of tracks all over your laptop, on your desktop, your documents, your downloads. This allows you to bring everything together into one folder. Again, I'll show you later. MLT backup. So this is just an easy and quick way to back up your entire Serato library. And then iTunes migration. So if you're inside iTunes and you DJ from iTunes and you want to come out of iTunes, this will help you out. So once you've gone through the tutorial and you're all set, you could just start using MLT. So I'm gonna click that. So we're currently in early access at the moment, but I am going to be coming out in the full release really soon. We've just hit 1,000 users. So yeah, everything seems to be fine. Obviously I went through beta. There was a few things that popped up, but we've managed to obviously sort them out. So yeah, we're in early access, but we're going to come out of early access very soon. Remember people, if you want to grab the app, check the link in the description down below. And it will take you straight to the app. It will sign you up and get you ready. All right. So when you first set up MLT, it asks you to select a main music folder. So as a organized DJ, you should have your music in one central location and one folder. I know a lot of DJs, like most of you watching, are probably going to have your music in maybe your documents, in a music folder, some on your desktop, and what you should really be doing is just having it all in one place. So from the start, we're gonna set off our main folder. So what I can do is click select folder here, and then I'm gonna create a folder inside my music folder. So I'm just gonna click select folder, and then this is going to create me a new folder. So I'm gonna just call it all music _1 because I've already got a folder called all music. Actually, no, I'm gonna name this as, select folder, do that. So I'm gonna name this as Serato library, right? So Serato library is gonna be my main music folder. So I'm gonna create that. And now that folder has been created. So if I go to my my Finder and just show you guys here, you can see that Serato library has been made, but it's currently empty, right? Which is perfectly fine. So I'll click continue, and this is now gonna scan my library and take me to the app. So like I said, there are 8 apps inside the app, and each one kind of just shows you, each one has its own specific job, right? Like I said in the tutorial, add music, backup, switch, iTunes migration, find duplicates, tags and queues 2.0, create match, and create view. Now, I know a lot of softwares like do subscriptions. This software is not subscription. It's obviously a lifetime purchase only, but you can buy each individual app separately if you wanted to. I know like a lot of DJs want to buy software, but they don't want everything. They might just want 1 or 2 things. So as you can see all the price. Like I'm very transparent with everything. All the prices are on the apps and stuff like that. But we'll walk through each one, and then I can show you guys what each one does. So let me just upgrade the account so I have it as if I was a premium user, and then I can show you guys what everyone gets as a free user. But I just want to show you all the functionality. So if I go into users and I go to CB, does anyone have any questions whilst I quickly do this? So if I go to right, so I'm just going to refresh the app. Right, so I'm now a VIP user, which is just a premium user. So I now have access to all the apps inside the app. So I'm going to walk you through exactly each one. So I'm going to kind of walk you through exactly what you should do to get your music library from messy to organized, right? Literally the exact steps to get you organized. So the first thing I would do personally is do the cleanup on the bottom right hand corner. So you can see this red button here, which is called cleanup. So if I click inside here, there's two options inside there. So there's misplaced tracks and then there's missing tracks, right? So missing tracks are the orange tracks inside your Serato, and misplaced tracks are the tracks that are outside of your main music folder. Now, remember at the start I created Serato, the Serato library folder. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna move all those tracks into this, into our new folder. So I'm gonna click misplaced tracks. Actually, no, before we do anything, right? Before anyone does anything, you should back up your music library. Literally, I forgot to do it. So if you haven't backed up your music library, it will come up with a warning. So I'm just going to click go to backup first. So we're going to back up our music library because every single DJ should be backing up their music library before they do anything around organization, right? So when you back up your music library, I don't know how you guys back up your music libraries, but if you don't have your music in a centralized location, it's quite hard to back up everything and make sure that you have everything. The way that MLT backs up everything is it looks at your Serato all folder. So if I open up Serato now, actually, let me open up for. So I'm just gonna open up the. Oh, that's not the one. So I'm just gonna open up Serato. And I'm gonna, so right, so this is my Serato folder, this is my Serato library, and it has 10,343 tracks. So everything inside this all music folder is what we're gonna back up, right? So I'm just gonna close this, and then if I go back to MLT, you can see that it's total tracks 10,343. The library size is 87 gigabytes, and we're not in iTunes, right? So I'm gonna click choose destination, because what I want to do is back up my library. Now, how am I going to do this? Because I don't actually have, actually I can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my external SSD, and then I'm going to plug it in. So I need to plug in, let's see if this works. That's not going to work. Bear with me, people. How am I going to do this? One second. What should I plug out? How am I going to do this? You know what annoys me about these Macs, right? They don't have enough slots. One second. The audio may change, right? So I'm just going to go to MacBook Pro. Testing. Right, can everyone hear me still, yeah? The audio might be a little bit different, but just bear with me. So I'm just gonna plug out this. Can everyone still hear me, yeah? If you can still hear me, just put yes in the comments. All right, cool. Yeah. Okay, cool. So I've just plugged in my external hard drive. So I'm gonna click choose destination, and I'm gonna click my external hard drive. So let me just remove this actually. So if I move to bin, right, so I'm gonna click my external hard drive and click select folder. And it's gonna ask me, do I wanna create a Serato backups folder? So I'm gonna click create folder, and it's gonna tell me where my backup's gonna go and how much space I have left. And then we have a few backup modes inside MLT backup. So we have full backup, incremental backup, single crate backup. Then we've got plug and play USB full backup and plug and play USB incremental backup. And I'm gonna explain each one whilst the backup is running. So all you need to do to back up your library is simply click full backup. It will scroll down, and then you click start full backup. And then what that's going to do, it's going to take all the tracks from your Serato all folder and then back them up to the SSD. And then it's going to take your Serato folder and your Serato backups folder and then put them on the SSD as well. So you have all your music and all your crates backed up, right? So for 10,000 tracks, this is probably going to take, I don't know, 5 minutes. So we've got 5 minutes to kill. If anyone has any questions, please just chuck them in the comments now. And then once this is done, we'll carry on. Let's have a look. Do any of these apps work for Windows users? The original MN2 beta used to work, but I'm not sure. Yeah, so Lamrizzle. So Windows will be coming soon. Like I said previously, I bought a Windows laptop the other day to start development on it. So I was just basically, I was trying to just focus on one thing, just focus on Serato users and MacBook users, get the app out, make sure that everything's good, and then I'll move over to Windows. Windows is a little bit more complicated, but we'll get there. What's this? I recently got the Rev 1 CDJ and I'm using Serato DJ Pro. I keep reading that record box is the industry standard. I've been mainly syncing my Spotify on Serato and learning how to use those. I personally think Serato is better, but you know, I'm biased though, innit? So do I plug in my hard drive first and can back it up? Yeah, so DJ Lil Def, just plug in your SSD and then back up your music library first. I like the software is solid. It's been tested. I've had a lot of beta tests. I had like 100 beta testers test it. Everything's cool. But when you're organizing your music library, it's always good to back up anyway, just in case. Just in case. Oh. Oh, have I frozen? Is my camera frozen? Can everyone hear me still? I think my camera's bugging out because my laptop is doing a backup. Yeah, my camera's bugging out. Have I frozen, people? Bottom right corner, have I frozen? If everyone can still hear me, by the way. Oh. Yeah, my camera's frozen. God. Regarding dupes, I'm still having troubles with it thinking short versions are dupes of acapella versions. PS, can hear you, but yeah, you're frozen. Yeah. Yeah, Warren P, bear with me. I'm just, it's because I'm doing a backup and I'm also recording as well. I think my camera's just decided to go a bit mad, but let me see if I can do this. FaceTime. Oh, right, we have to change the camera for a bit. Let's change the camera for a little bit. It's not as pretty. It's not as pretty as the other one, but it will do. Okay, everyone can see me still, yeah? Once backup's finished, I'll put the other camera back. I think this one's frozen. Right, so regarding dupes, yeah, so Warren P, is that still happening on this version? I'll look into that this weekend actually. I like Serato a lot. I haven't learned much about USBs, but I'm able to put Spotify library as USB. But am I able to put my Spotify library onto USB, or do I have to purchase all of that music? Alexa Price, you'll have to purchase all that music if you want to get all the MP3s. I haven't updated it since then. Haven't used it because I've waited until I had some time. Yeah, Lil Def. Yeah. Everyone needs a bit of time to organize their library. When is the Windows 11 version going to be ready? Cyber Raw. I have no idea. Because I opened up the Windows laptop yesterday. I started development, but it's not. I don't know when it's going to be ready. Can you address the question about the crate structure while you wait? Can you address the crate structure while we wait for the backup? Yeah. So let me see what you said. I previously bought the crate structure, and when I went back to re-import the crates, I can no longer find the instructions. Does MLT have the same functionality? A Mills CLT. Let me check. Contact me on Instagram after the live stream, and then I'll try and figure it out, because I actually can't remember where all the instructions are for that, because that was an old thing that I sold. But yeah, hit me up on Instagram afterwards and I'll try and sort it out for you. Right. What software am I using to live stream? I'm using OBS. Currently running it now. Yeah, Warren P, run it now and just let me know. And then I'll try and get it sorted this weekend. If you need beta testers for that Windows 11 version, let me know. Yeah, Cyber Raw, I've got a Discord. Hit me up on Instagram after this, and I can get you into there. But yeah, right, so this backup is 70% now. So to do 10,000 tracks, it's not going to take that long. I think it's just taking a little bit longer on this laptop because obviously I'm running OBS, live streaming, everything. So yeah, bear with me. So yeah, let's run the backup. The backup, I think the backup is the most important thing DJs can do because if anything, if you change something that you didn't like, at least you can go back. But yeah, right, 75%. Any other questions? Anyone got any burning questions they have about MLT, or is everyone just kind of just waiting for me to walk through and then you'll just ask questions as it comes up? Can I use this process with Mixed in Key? Sure, I guess so. I mean, they're two completely separate apps, right? I haven't really... Have I used Mixed in Key before? I think I used Mixed in Key once. But yeah. You can use this and Mixed in Key if you want to. Right, 82%. Warren P, back to the decks this year. Yeah, I should be. I'm going to be really selective about my bookings though. I'm not going to be doing bookings that I don't want to do. I want to try and do some different bookings as well. I feel like the past couple of years I've been doing bookings that I'm not really enjoying. So that's why I kind of took a break. But I will be returning back this year as long as the bookings are obviously decent, right? But I will be returning back this year as long as the book. Why can't I do that? Should come to Hawaii. Well, if people want to get me to Hawaii, feel free. Right, 97%, almost done. Almost done. Right, 99%. Right, I might be able to put my camera back now. Right, so it's just finalizing. There we go. Right, so let me see if I can put my camera back. So if I go properties and then go to EOS and then are we back? Are we back? Am I back? Am I back? I'm back. And then, okay, so hang on, let me just double check. Yeah. Okay, cool. So as you can see, the full backup has been completed. So if I just go to this Finder and then go to my external hard drive and then go to Serato backups, you can see that there's now a backup called Friday the 2nd of January 2026. Then when I open this up, it's got all music. So if I open up all music and then just give it a second, you can see that all my music is now been backed up. So this is every single track inside my Serato library, right? So you can see in here, there's 10,000 tracks inside here. And then if you have a look at these two folders here, Serato and Serato backup, you can see that these are the Serato folders that was on my machine. So if you go to music, it's these two folders here. And these are obviously the two folders that hold your Serato crates and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's that. So let me eject this external hard drive because we now have a backup now. And let me put this microphone in so we have better audio. So if I take that out, plug that in. Oh. Okay. Cancel that. Right, let me put my audio back. So if I go to Sure. Testing, 1, 2, right? Yep. Audio must be a bit better now. Okay, so we have a backup, right? So we have a backup. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back home and then start the actual organization process, right? So we're gonna organize this whole library on this live stream, right? So it's all gonna be done tonight. So like I said, before we started our backup, we want to do a library cleanup. So we're gonna click library cleanup, and then we're gonna go to misplaced tracks. If anyone forgot or is new, misplaced tracks is going to help us move our music library into one place, right? So if you have a look here, these tracks are located outside of your main music folder, which is the Serato library folder that we've made at the start. So you can see here that the current path for all these tracks are inside the all music folder. Then you can go inside view all in preview, and you can see the current location and the new location. So let me just show you the folder first. So if you have a look inside Serato library, there's nothing inside here, right? And if we open up Serato, you can all see. That all these tracks here. Let me make it bigger for the people on the phones and stuff. You can see here that all these tracks are inside the all music folder. So we're going to change that, right? So I'm just going to close Serato. Serato 4.0 always has this backup thing. It's just a little bit annoying. So let me just wait for this to close. Cool. Right. So what we're going to do is we're going to move our files from this location on the left hand side to our new location, right? So we're going to confirm the move, and then it's going to say you're going to move 10,343 tracks into Serato library. Are you sure? Sure. So we're going to do all this. There's 10,000 tracks, and it's going to update Serato as well, and that's completed. So just think about trying to move and organize 10,000 tracks, right, yourself. That done it within, I don't know, 5 seconds maybe. So if I click close, you can now see that the library cleanup has now gone down. So the misplaced tracks is no longer there, right? So if I now open up Serato again, and then bring it over here, you can now see that all the you can now see that all the tracks are now in the Serato library folder, and they all load as normal, right? They all load as normal, so they're all ready to go. So now if I close this and then we go back to that folder on our Finder, all the tracks are now inside this folder because we've now moved them into our main music folder that we selected at the start of MLT. So that's kind of like the first feature of MLT, just kind of moving your tracks back into one location so you can stay organized. Now, that was like an extreme example. So I'm going to show you like a pretty simple scenario. So I want to open up Serato 3.0 because it's a lot quicker. So I'm going to show you like a real world example of what you guys may have done or you may do, right? So I'm just going to take like these tracks here. So, I'm just going to take these tracks here, right? And I'm going to go to files, go to music, and go to my name, and then go to downloads, wherever downloads is. Where's downloads? here. So I'm just going to move these 105 tracks into downloads, right? I'm just going to move these. That's done. So you can see that these tracks are now inside downloads. Now, if I close Serato and then I open back up MLT and I refresh it, you're going to see that the cleanup has now gone up again. So if I click cleanup, it's going to say that I have 104 misplaced tracks, right? So I'm going to click inside this and it's going to tell me that these tracks here are located outside my main music folder. So because the tracks are not inside the Serato library folder, they're in the downloads folder, it's flagging up as tracks that are unorganized, right? So what we can do is move them back in. So say for example you've downloaded a bunch of tracks and you've just dragged them in to Serato, it will flag up and tell you. It's pretty much saying to you, get organized in it. So I'm going to click view all in preview again, and it's going to say it's going to move these tracks from my downloads back to the main music folder. So I'm going to click confirm move, and it's going to move these tracks back into the Serato folder. It's going to move them, update all the Serato crates in the database, and now it's moved them again. Now, if we come back to MLT, it should say that it's back to 340. And then if I go back to Serato, those tracks are now back inside the Serato music folder. So if I move this over, so it was all these top tracks. It was the first 104 tracks. So all of these now are inside the Serato music folder, right? So that's the first main feature that you guys will come across, right? So the next one is going to be missing tracks. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you all the missing tracks inside my Serato library. So if you see here, all these tracks here, and I know that you guys watching do have missing tracks inside your Serato library, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just show you all these missing tracks. I'm going to quickly delete this actually. So yeah, these are all the missing tracks inside my Serato, and then obviously these are the tracks that work. So if I try load any of these tracks, none of them work, and then obviously these tracks down here, they work, right? So I'm just going to close this, and then we're going to open up missing tracks inside MLT. So I'm going to click cleanup and then go to missing tracks. So missing tracks is going to show me all the missing tracks inside my Serato. So all of these tracks here are tracks that are no longer found inside my Serato. So the way missing tracks and orange tracks work inside Serato is, say for example, you've dragged the track inside Serato from your downloads, right? You've used it, you've played it, then you thought, you know what, I'm going to clear out my downloads. If you delete your downloads folder, those tracks are no longer in that folder. So when Serato is trying to load that track, it's like it's not inside downloads anymore. So it then turns orange. Now, the manual way to do it would be to look for the track on your computer and then move it back in manually into the downloads folder. But no one's got time for that. So I'm going to show you an automated way. So first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to create a crate with all the missing files. So I'm going to click that. So you can see that it's created a crate called missing tracks inside Serato. So I'm just going to do that and click Serato and open it up again. It's a lot of opening and closing Serato, right? So you can see here now that I've got a crate called missing tracks. So these are all the missing tracks inside my Serato. And what we're going to do is we're going to find them all within seconds, right? So we're going to close that. And then I'm going to go back to this. So what you can do to find these tracks is click find replacement files. And then you have three options on how to find these tracks. So you can search your main music folder, which is our Serato library folder. You can select a custom folder, so any folder you want, or an external hard drive, or you can search your entire laptop. Now, this is the option that I suggest that everyone uses. So it will search every single kind of place on your laptop. But also, say for example, you have external hard drives that you have a lot of music on. If you plug them all in before you click search entire laptop, it will include them as well. So I'm just going to click search laptop here, and it's going to scan all the tracks on my laptop. And then you can see here that it's scanned 147,000 tracks, and it's found 14,000 audio files, and it's matched 340 tracks. So all the missing tracks in our Serato library have now been found. So you can see here that all these tracks have been found. You can play them if you want to. So these have now been found. So I'm just going to click move and update. So what it's going to do, it's going to move those tracks that were found into our main music folder, and then update Serato as well. So I'm going to click move 340 files, and it's going to give me just obviously some more confirmation. And then I'm going to click move and update Serato. So that's updated 340 tracks inside the Serato database, and it's updated 53 track crates as well. Now I'm just looking at Luis Munoz. Hey CB, might have missed this part, but how do I keep my crates intact if I move my music files to Serato library? Currently, I have my music files on a folder on my desktop. So Luis, or if that's how you pronounce your name, MLT handles all the stuff inside Serato. So if you move a track inside MLT, it will update Serato, so everything will stay in sync. So that's missing tracks sorted. So if I click OK, if I click OK, you can now see that the library cleanup thing in the bottom right hand corner is gone. Now if we open up Serato, so we're going to go inside the missing tracks crate. Now you can see that these are all orange, right? But now if I load a track, they all start to load now because we found those tracks. Now I'm not going to do it now because it might start messing up my computer, but you can click files and then rescan ID3 tags, and then it will obviously it'll turn the tracks from orange to white. So I'll just go through a bunch of these, and you can see that they're all working now. So that's just a quick way to sort out all your missing tracks inside Serato. So there's a few questions that have come in. Let's have a look. So I tried a program to set up Q points. It didn't work very well. Salva Truch. The Q points feature is, well, it was temperamental. I have sorted it out now, which I can show you in this live stream. So when we're backing up, we're supposed to send it to the hard drive. Yeah, when you back up your music library, you should be sending it to an external hard drive. I've supported you in different things that you've done. Why should I invest in your software, which I don't mind, instead of Lexicon or Crate Hackers? By the way, shout out to your innovation. Thanks for that. I don't know. I'm very bad at kind of all these things. I don't like talking about other softwares and stuff like that. I just kind of just focus on my thing or whatever. Obviously, Crate Hackers and Lexicon, I've worked with them both before. They're all good softwares, right? We're all good softwares, and we all do different things, right? So the only, like, I would just say you can just choose whoever you want to go with, and kind of. I'm not trying to like sell, like, do you know what I mean? I didn't want to get into it. Let's not get into it. Does your tracks have to be in the main folder? I have an external hard drive and my tracks are in folders named genre in the root. So Ritson. So main music folders. So it can organize them if you've already got them organized. It can organize your stuff if you've already got it organized. That's fine. So say for example, all your genre folders are inside one folder. You can just select that one folder as your main music folder, and it will be fine. I hope that makes sense. Right. So that's missing track sorted. I hope everyone kind of understood that. Yeah. So that's that. Right. So that's the first two things that I suggest that every single DJ does when they're organizing their music library of MLT. And then it's kind of just using each of the apps to kind of do whatever you want to do, right? So I can start from left to right and then down, and we'll go through each of the apps. So add new music. So I don't know how you guys add new music into your Serato library, but there's auto import with Serato. There is just dragging it in yourself. So the way I add new music, the process that I do when I add new music is I use the Serato auto import feature that will put it inside Serato. Then I will update the tracks with a year and genre, and then I'll move them into their specific folder on my laptop, so my main music folder. Now, MLT does that all automatically for you. So if I click add new music, so you can see here that it says you want to drop some audio files inside here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get to my folder of music to show you guys. So if I go to this, and then this, and then this. So I've got 7 tracks here. So I'm just going to pick them up and drag them in here. So you can see that I have Serato removed the auto import feature. Yeah, I've been hearing about this. I've been hearing about this. So I've just selected 7 files, right? So there's 2 ways to use add new music, right? So you can just add them into your Serato, which I'll do now, and then there's another feature as well. So I've added in these 7 files, and I'm going to click add selected tracks, right? So it's going to read the metadata of the tracks. So you can see that this title here is Ambitions of a Rider 2-pack, MOP, Pop Smoke. So then you can go through these tracks, listen to these tracks, update the years and genres and title and artist or whatever. And then once you're happy, you can click add to Serato, right? So if I click add to Serato, so it's successfully added 7 tracks, so into a crate called latest import. So if I go in, and these tracks have now also been added into my main music folder. So it's taken it out of my downloads folder, processed them, created a crate, put it in Serato, and it's also updated my main music folder as well. So we don't have to do anything. So if I open up Serato again, you can see that there's a new crate here now called latest import, and it's got all the tracks inside here, right? So that's one way of obviously importing your music inside Serato. And you can see here that the location has been the location is correct as well. So I'm just going to delete this crate here. I'm going to show you the other way to use this, which is a lot better. So we're going to close that. I'm just going to get the tracks sorted again. So if I go to that and that, open that. Cool. So if I go to done, oh, definitely didn't want to open that. Speaking of crate match, I did just implement quite a sick feature, which if someone reminds me at the end of this live stream, I'll show you guys in it. Right, so add new music again. So I'm going to drag in the same, actually I'm going to select the files this time. So if I go to downloads and then go to archive, so I'm just going to pick up these tracks here and go select files. So, but I'm going to click scan for year and genre, right? So I'm going to click this and then click add selected tracks. And you can now see that it's done what it done previously in the other feature, the other functionality, but it's now got the year and genre for each of the tracks, right? So it's got, so the original genre for this Back in Blood track was other. It's now got the new genre called hip hop, and it's also got the year 2020. This AO Technology track already had the year and genre of hip hop in 2007, so it didn't need to do anything with that. And then it's obviously gone down and it's got the rest of these these years and genres. Now, if there's a year or genre that you feel is wrong, you can report it, and then it will come to me, and I can review it and then update it. Also, say for example, you think a year is wrong, you can click this, and it will search all the different sources that I grab my years and genres for, and you can select which one you want. Obviously, this track here is in 2020, so I don't know if I'll find another example, but let me have a look at this one. Yeah, so you see here, so in my database, the year is 2001, but in Spotify, it's 2000. Now, if you think it's 2000, you can just click 2000 and it will update. So yeah, so if you're happy with the data, if you're not happy with the data, you can also click the Google search. So I can click search here, and it will open up MLT and Google side by side, and it will show you the track. So you can see here that actually the year this track came out was 2020. So I can just go inside here. Is my keyboard working? Is my keyboard stop working? My keyboard stopped working. So I can just type in here 2020, and then obviously that's fine. And then what I can do is I can close Google, and then we're back to MLT. So once we're happy with all the data, we can click add to Serato. So it's going to write all the metadata to the tracks. Then I click done, and then I'm going to go back to Serato. DJ Steph Music Sessions 1055. Safe, bro. So yeah, so if I now go inside this latest import crate, you can see that all these tracks now have obviously the song, the artist, and the genre for the tracks, and the years as well. Obviously, there's a lot of like other softwares, previous softwares, my previous softwares did get the wrong years and genres and stuff like that. But what I'm trying to do is trying to help clean up the data. So if you find a year or a genre that's wrong, you can report it. Then if you report it and then I review it, it goes into the main database. So when someone scans that track again, it won't be wrong. So I can't get every single track right doing automation, but I can help kind of sort it out over time. So yeah, so that's add new music. So let's close that and then open up MLT. So let's have a look. So yeah, so add new music and backup we've done. So MLT switch. So MLT switch allows you to move your Serato library to anywhere, and it will update Serato. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show you what a scenario that you guys may face. 1 second. So I'm just going to open up Serato quickly. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm doing. So I know a lot of you that obviously use Serato have some of your tracks inside your downloads, and you have some of your tracks inside your documents, and you have some of your tracks inside your desktop as well, and then obviously all these other places, right? So I'm just putting together a scenario for you guys to kind of see oh, your mic is really low. Is it low? Oh, is it because I'm talking far away? How's that now? How is the audio now? Hang on 1 second. I'll turn this down. Is the mic fine? Can everyone hear me? Yeah. Probably because I hadn't had it right in front of my mouth. Okay, so yeah, I'm just trying to show you a real world scenario. It is really low. Oh man, hang on. Oh, that's much better. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm talking, maybe because I wasn't talking directly into it. All right, so yeah, it's just far away. So let me close this. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to give you a lot of real world scenario because I know all 44 of you watching right now have your music library like this. So you go inside MLT switch, and the first thing it's going to show you is the total tracks inside your music library. So 10,661, and it's got library size 92 gigabytes, and then you can see down here that these are all the different locations where the music is in your library. So obviously we have most of our music inside Serato library, because that's the main music folder we have. And you can see down here that we have our music in our desktop, documents, and our downloads. Now, I know that you guys probably have this kind of situation going on. Now, if you want to bring all these tracks together and put it in one centralized location, this is the app for you, right? Like I said, I know that you guys have music all over your laptop and you want to consolidate it and put it into one place. So you can see here that we have 4 different folders of our music in, and we have 10,661 tracks. So what we can do is we can move it. So I'm going to click move as the operation mode, and I'm going to choose a destination. Now I'm going to choose a completely random destination. Yeah. So I'm just going to go, I'm going to put it inside my music. Now I'm going to click select folder, and I'm going to click start move, and it's going to ask me what folder name I want to give it. Now I'm going to give it a really random folder name, right? So I'm going to put YouTube live music, right? So I'm going to click continue, and it's just going to come up with a few bits of information about what it's going to do. And I'm going to click move files. It's going to move all of my tracks inside my Serato into that one folder. So the YouTube live thing. It's going to update all my crates. It's going to sort everything out for me. And it's all going to be done within seconds. Because the whole thing around MLT is I'm trying to do it all for speed. Everything should be done fast inside MLT. Music library organization is a long and boring process, yeah? And I'm trying to make it as quick as possible. So you can see here that MLT switch is now complete. So I'm going to click done. Now, when we come back to this, you can see that our music is now in one central location. So YouTube live music. I'm now going to open up Finder, and I'm going to go inside here and go to music, and then go to YouTube live music. And you can see that all of our music is inside here. Now, if I go inside Serato, so if I open up Serato now, the reason why I said that YouTube live music is because you'll see it now, right? So if I open up this, you can see that obviously these are orange because it hasn't updated, but you can see now that all these tracks are now inside the YouTube live music. And if you can't see it, 1 second. If you can't see it, I'm going to show you here. So all of our music is now inside YouTube live music, and they all load and everything works as normal. Now these tracks are orange because they haven't been obviously selected, but they're all sorted. So that's MLT switch, and you can do that as many times as you want. You can move your music library to your desktop, your downloads, you can move it anywhere. But I just suggest that you put it in your music folder in one centralized location and everything's sorted. And also it updates your crates as well, right? It updates everything inside your crates. So everything is just in sync, right? So that's that. So that's switch sorted. What's the new version of MLT Organize? All my music is organized into folders from then. I would love to send you my hard drive. So sure, MLT Organize, I stopped that project for this one. I am going to get into organizing genre folders and stuff in a later update, but for now, it just puts everything in one folder. So that's MLT switch. So what's next? I can't remember. So iTunes migration, I can't actually show right now because I haven't got iTunes set up on here. But essentially, if you've got all your music inside iTunes and you want to take it out, what it will do is it will find all the tracks inside your iTunes, it will move them to your main music folder, and then it will copy all of the playlists that you have inside iTunes migration inside iTunes, and it will turn them into crates, and it will turn off iTunes automatically, all in one click, right? So I think I've done a 30,000 track iTunes migration the other day, and it took 4 minutes, right? Like I said, everything to do with MLT is all about speed, and just to make everything a lot quicker. Now, the last 4 apps I think are going to be the most interesting to everyone. Mostly all these other things are good and they're really good for kind of just getting organized, but these are like things that are going to be really 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 useful things for all DJs. So obviously find duplicates. I think every single DJ in the world will use this, right? So I'm gonna click find duplicates. Right, so find duplicates. What it does is it scans your entire Serato library or a folder on your computer for your duplicates. Now, it scans the tracks using audio fingerprinting. So essentially, what it does is it listens to the track. Other softwares just look at the file name. So you might have a file name like Chris Brown AO and Chris Brown AO1, and it will match. But say, for example, you have Chris Brown AO and then just like a random name AO or whatever, it won't match. But if you use audio fingerprinting, it will listen to both of the tracks, and if they both sound the same, it will be a duplicate, which I'll show you in this. So I don't know how this scan is going to be with my computer and my streaming, but we're going to just go with it. So all you need to do to scan your Serato library is just click start Serato scan, right? So I'm going to click this and it's going to scan 10,000 tracks. Now my CPU is going to jump up, I think. Can everyone hear me still? Yep. Am I still moving? Yeah. All right, cool. So what it does, it scans 9 tracks at a time. Now, my old software, the old duplicate software, did 1 track at a time. So it would just do 1 track, 2 track, 3 track, 4 track. But this one does 9 tracks at a time. So to do 10,000 tracks, it's probably going to take around about 4 minutes. When we done Jazzy Jeff's library, he had a library of 70,000 tracks and it took an hour and 20 minutes. Now, an hour and 20 minutes to scan 70,000 tracks isn't a long time. And because of how I do things in MLT, you can click scan and then go make dinner, go have a nap, go chill with your partner. And then when you come back, it's going to be done for you. In it, everything inside MLT is like a click of a button. And it's just, I'm trying to take the work away from you guys and just like let the program do it all for you. So it's like, it's essentially like having me on your laptop doing everything for you whilst you go and chill, right? So as you can see now, it's already done nearly 3,000 tracks, and we've only been doing, I don't know how long has this been scanning for, like 30, 40 seconds? Right, so we got, all right, so we got 43 people in the chat right now. If you're currently in the chat right now, hit the like button on the live stream. It will help boost the algorithm to push this out to more people and stuff like that. Let's have a look how many people we currently have on the app at the moment. So at the moment, we have 1,037 people currently on MLT, which is sick. And let's have a see how many people have signed up during this live. Oh, why can't I click? Right, so it's not that one. It's not that one. So yeah, we've had 9 people sign up currently from this live stream, which is sick. Okay, cool. So cool, right? So we're 50% away from. So this could have been quicker, but I think because I've got all my camera, my streaming software, and everything going on, it's a bit slower. But you can see that it's going quite rapidly, right? Let me just go to this OBS. Cool. Are there any known issues with MLT and Serato 4.0? DJ Paulie C. The only thing that I've found is the iTunes migration doesn't work with Serato 4.0. So with Serato 4.0, it doesn't seem to pull in the iTunes library for me to read it. It's really weird. I don't know why that happens. So if you want to use iTunes migration, you just have to use the Serato 3.35 version. That's it. That's the only thing that I found. Basically, I was developing MLT whilst Serato were doing their beta. So I kind of had the beta alongside my development. So I managed to sort everything out by the time 4.0 came out. Right. So would find duplicates distinguish between various remixes, for example, intro clean, dirty, bootleg remixes? Yeah. So if you it should say for example you've got a clean and a dirty, it should not flag it as a duplicate. But it's just I haven't had any people flag me and say that, and I haven't seen anything myself. But yeah, it should distinguish between remixes and bootlegs and stuff like that, because like I said, it's listening to the track and it's not just doing it based on the file name. So yeah, it's personally I think it's solid. And find duplicates is to obviously scan and remove your duplicates. It's free as well, so by all means download the app and clear out your duplicates, man, because it will help you clear out some space on your music library. Right, so at 90%, can you send me the link, please? Yeah, everyone's. Do you know what? It's mental the amount of people that have Windows. Like I said, people have just jumped into the live. I've just recently bought myself a Windows laptop to start development. So yeah, I'm gonna start that next week. I did fire it up yesterday, and I have got things up and running, but I just need to do a bit of testing and a few changes. But yeah, Windows version is coming soon. Windows version is coming soon, people. Cool. So, right, that's the duplicate scan done. So for 10,661 tracks, it took 5 minutes. So 5 minutes and 39 seconds. It's found 73 duplicates, and we're going to save 664 megabytes, right? So the way the duplicates are laid out is you have the tracks that you want to keep and the tracks that are going to be deleted, right? So you can see this top one here, Put Up Your Skirt by Pluto. So we've got a duplicate. You can see what crate it's in. You can see what folder it's in. And you can see that these are duplicates, right? So it's the exact same track. Say, for example, I wanted to keep the one on the right-hand side. I can just click Make Keep, and it will swap them over. So the one that was going to get removed is now going to be kept. If I want to completely exclude this track at the top, I can exclude it, right? Exclude that, and whatever. So you can scroll down and go through all your duplicates, and you can exclude and swap them out and do whatever you need to do. So then once you're happy with all the duplicates, there's two ways to go around it. So you can put the tracks inside a Serato crate and delete them, or you can replace duplicates in crates. So what? Oh, sorry, hang on. I just saw Lewis Minot's question there. So the way the algorithm chooses to keep the track is when you do a Serato scan, it keeps the track with the most plays. So the way my logic was you obviously want to keep the track that you play the most in your Serato library. So it looks at the plays. If the plays are the exact same, it will look at the cue points. If the cue points are the exact same, it will look at the bit rate. And if the bit rate is the exact same, it will just pick one of the tracks. And that's it. So that's how it's selected. Because the thing is, you might choose a better bit rate track, but that's not the one that you use all the time inside your crates. No, Lewis, honestly, ask as many questions as you want. So going back to what I was saying, so there's two ways to remove your duplicates. So you can put the duplicates inside a Serato crate and delete them inside Serato, or you can replace the duplicates inside your crates. Now, replace duplicates inside your crates. If I click this, it shows me all the crates that have duplicates in. And if I go inside this, it will show me, it's going to take out the bad duplicates out of your crates and replace them with the good duplicates. And that's essentially it. I don't think this feature's ever been done before. So yeah, so let me just go over that again. So if you've got a bunch of your duplicates inside your crates, what MLT will do is it will go through all your crates, find all the bad duplicates that you have, replace them with the good ones, and then the bad duplicates will then be put into a crate for you to delete, right? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Right. So if you just wanted to just remove all your tracks from Serato, what you can do is you can put the 73 duplicates inside a Serato crate. So I'm going to click that, and it says created crate duplicates with 73 tracks. So I'm going to open up Serato. I'm going to open up Serato 4.0 this time. Also, big up the 48 people inside the chat, man. Right, so I'm inside Serato 4.0. And you can see that I've now got a crate called duplicates. So these are all the bad duplicates that I have in my music library, right? So I've got all these duplicates. Then what I can do inside Serato 4.0 now. Why is my keyboard not working? Hang on. There we go. Right, so with all these tracks inside Serato now, inside the duplicates crate, I can highlight them, right click and click delete, and click delete from computer, right? So what that's going to do is obviously delete these tracks from my Serato library and my computer to free up some space. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to delete all those. And now all those tracks and all those duplicates have been removed from my music library, and we're good. Having a lot of troubles with the chutney genre. It's setting them as DJ edits and soca, but annoying because I'm just gonna go through. DJ Studs 3382. Is this on the new version of MLT, or are you talking about the old version? Because I've sorted out the DJ edits issue. Okay, so that's duplicates. I hope everyone is obviously happy with that. You can also just do a duplicate scan on a single folder if you wanted to. So I'm just going to go close here. And if you go to folder scan, you can select a folder, any folder on your laptop, and then it will scan the duplicates and it will show you the exact same results page. And you can clear out the duplicates in any of the folders on your laptop. But I won't do that because it's literally just the same thing. But yeah, if you have a folder on your laptop or your external hard drive that you want to scan for duplicates, select it and then run it. How would we delete the duplicates from the previous Serato version? So obviously in Serato 4.0, you could right click and click delete from crate. You can do on Serato, the previous version, you can highlight all the tracks and press Command, Shift and Delete, and that will delete all the tracks from your computer and your crates. What about an external hard drive? Will all of this work the same? Yeah, DJ Excel, if you've got your Serato library on your external hard drive, you can just select that Serato library in the settings and everything will work exactly the same. Right. So now the next app is MLT Tags and Cues, which is like my baby, I'm going to say. Like, I think Tags and Cues was the first app that I built for MLT, and I've just been building it over and over the years. Like, the first iteration wasn't that great, and I've just been building it to the point that it's where it's at now. So I'm going to click Tags and Cues. Now, I've just recently put this feature in, so you can either select your Serato library or you can select a folder to do this. So we're going to use a Serato library. So what it's going to do, it's going to find all the data that I have in MLT. It's going to load my crates and it's going to load my tracks. So it shouldn't take too long. I actually put a fix in to make this super speedy because there was a DJ that had 484,000 tracks and literally the app crashed. So I had to sort that out. So when you first open up MLT Tags and Cues, it does show you your library percentage on how organized it is and where it's going to go. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to close this and I want to remove some genres and years to give you an actual like real world scenario. So let me go inside Serato 3. because I want to show you like as if you guys were actually using the software yourself. So I have, obviously my tags inside Serato are really good, if I do say so myself. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get rid of, let me just go to song. No, actually song, should I do song or artist? So I'm going to go through these, stop here. Oh, this keyboard, man. I'm just going to get rid of, oh, what have I done here? 1 second. What I'm going to do is just get rid of some of these genres. So I'm just going to get this and just clear out 1,569 tags, right? Hopefully this doesn't crash my computer. Okay, just give me a second whilst this just clears out the genres. And then I'll show you guys a real world scenario. Right. So we've got 49 people inside the chat. If you're sitting inside the chat just chilling and you're enjoying this, just click the like button on your on your Serato. Click the like button, and that will help push the video to more people, so more people can see this, and obviously get their stuff organized in January. Because what I'm going to try, trust me, I'm on a mission to try and get as many DJs as possible organized in January. Hello, do you plan to make the same tool for Rekordbox? I do, once I figure out how to do it inside Rekordbox. I kind of have an idea on how to do it, but Rekordbox is just a little bit more complicated. Okay, so I've just cleared out some of the genres. So what we're going to do is I'm going to wait for that to close, and I'm going to open up tags and cues again. Click Serato library. Like I said, so basically what it's going to do is going to get all the year and genre data that I already have inside MOT. It's going to load my crates, and it's going to load all my tracks. So this takes around about 15-20 seconds. Okay, so my current library, will it overwrite my current tags and cues? No, it won't. It will just update the tags that you want to update. DJ Indy, what are you saying, bro? Okay, so when you first open up MOT, it's going to show you your library percentage. So at this moment in time, my library percentage is at 94%. And with all the suggestions and data that I already have inside MOT, it's going to take the library to 99%, right? So I'm going to open up suggestions. Now, suggestions are preset data by MOT. So say, for example, so there's a bunch of tracks, and there's a bunch of tracks that's already been scanned by MLT, right? So there's a bunch of tracks that's been to Spotify, Discogs, and got all their information. And I've already got that data already. So there's no point of sending you guys to go to the internet and do it again and wasting time. So all these tracks are already here preset. So if you see here on the right-hand side, all these years are already preset inside MLT. So it's just a matter of clicking apply all, and all this data will apply. But I'm going to show you down here. So the most important thing is genres, in my opinion. So you can see here that these tracks here, so Pluto, Burna Boy, Shenseea, stuff like that, all the previous tags are these, and then MLT is going to set all of these here as the correct genre. Now, I'm looking at Bobby Valentino right now, and that's actually a wrong genre, and it's a perfect time to show you guys that you can report a genre to me. So say, for example, you see this, Bobby Valentino is coming up as Latin, right? I can go to report genre, and I can select the genre, and Bobby Valentino is R&B, and I can submit that. And then what that's going to do is going to submit it to me, and then so I'm going to be able to review it. So next time this scans, it will sort it out, right? The tracks that the suggestions and stuff, I can't get everything perfect because I'm dealing with millions of tracks, millions of tracks. So I'm just obviously just putting it out there. Everything's not perfect, but 9 times out of 10, the genre is correct, right? So like I said, all these suggestions are preset and ready for you to scan, ready for you to apply to your tracks. Now we're not going to do that just yet because I'm going to show you around MLT tags and queues. So when you open up MLT tags and queues, you're going to see all your crates on the left hand side. So these are all my crates inside my Serato library. You're going to see stats at the top. So you got how completed your percentage, how completed your music library is, how many genres are fixed, how many genres need fixing, how many years need fixing, how many tracks have no artists, how many edits you have, and the total amount of MP3s that you have in your music library. So MLT tags and queues only works with MP3s. I'm trying to figure out WAV, FLAC, M4A, MP4s, but at the moment it's only MP3s only. So I'm inside my all music folder, and then what I can do is I can just hover over some of these tracks, and you can see that it's showing me the suggestion for a year down here. So let me try and find a track that doesn't have a genre. So if I go inside genres that need fixing, these are all the tracks that obviously need fixing in my music library, and I can hover over these and it will show me the data that's missing, right? So you can see here that this Burna Boy track here is Afrobeats. So I can click Afrobeats here, and you can see that it's updated in the table, and that's going to automatically update inside Serato as well. I can come down to Shenseea. I can click the genre here, and that's going to update the genre to dancehall. I can go down and do this for all the tracks in here. So Beyonce, Sean Paul, Baby Boy. I can click R&B. End of the Road, Boys to Men, R&B, and I can do that for any track that's got a suggestion, right? Now, obviously, doing it one by one is going to take a long time, so you can actually do it to an entire crate. So let me just find a crate that has, actually, this is a good example. So this crate is sitting at 90%. So 19 genres are fixed, 2 need fixing, right? So you can see here that these 2 tracks need fixing here. So, but obviously, for demonstration purposes, I'm going to show you how to do them all at once. So I can click apply to suggestions here, and you can see that in the table that is currently sitting at 90%, and then after these suggestions it's going to jump it up to 100%. So you can see here that these 2 tracks are going to go from other and blank to dancehall. So I can click apply all, and it's going to apply the 2 suggestions, and now the crate has now been updated to 100%. Right, so that's that crate complete. And once you're happy with it, you can right click this and mark as complete, and then kind of just like tick them and just be happy with that. So let me go inside another crate. So there's no tracks inside here. Okay, cool. So let's have a look inside here. So is there any tracks missing in here? Right, so there's a track in here, 6-7. So this is UK music. So if you have a look at the genres fix, if I click this, you can see that the genres fix has now gone up, right? So you can just do that for all these tracks. Now I can apply suggestions all in here. So I can click in here. So it's going to apply suggestions to 70 tracks. So it's going to it's telling me that it's going to go from 93% to 99%, right? So what I always say to all DJs is just go through the data and just double check that everything is correct. If anything isn't correct, you can report it to me and I'll sort it out. But what we're going to do with this crate, I'm going to just apply all. You can also just apply the year as well, or you can apply the genre on its own. But in this example, we're going to do apply all. So I'm going to apply all, and it applies all the suggestions really quickly. So it's applied 69 suggestions. Now that crate's sitting at 99%. Now I can click genres need fixing and have a look at these tracks here. Now these tracks here, there's no suggestions for them inside Serato. There's no suggestions inside MLT. So what we can do is we can do a few things, right? So if we want to get the genre for this track here, you can right click. So you can either play the track, you can scan for metadata, or you can Shazam it. Now let's see if this track actually comes up as Shazam. Now not every track is going to come up in Shazam, but we can try. So this track isn't going to work with Shazam. Let's see if this one works with Shazam. Okay, perfect. So this track here, Money in the Bank, Back and Not Nice. So if I want to scan this for Shazam, I just right click it and go Shazam track. And you can see here that it's come back with the genre hip hop. So I can click apply. And now that track's been completed. So it's got hip hop in there. Now I can also do right click and scan metadata. So I can scan for the metadata. This has actually come back with no genre. So if I close this and do a Shazam on that, that's come back with hip hop, and it's actually updated the year as well. So I'm going to apply that. Now let's see if we can actually use this scan metadata functionality. That's not so back not nice. Doesn't seem to be a genre that is recognized in MLT. Let me see if this big boss vet lot coil array works. Shazam. No, sorry. Let's have a look at this one. Scan metadata. Right, all these tracks are coming back as not found. So all these ones we can do with Shazam. So let's have a look at a few others. Let's see if we can. I'm just trying to show you guys the functionality of scan metadata. Okay, I can do it this one. So, this one's already got a year, but for demonstration purposes, so I want to right click this and go scan metadata. So you can see that when I do scan metadata, it comes back with the genre and the year. So it's got the artwork as well, and it shows you the source that the track came from. So obviously it's Spotify. So once you're happy with that, you can click apply, and that will apply that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and find a track where I can actually show a real world example. Let's have a look. So, all right, cool. So this Beyonce, Sean Paul, Baby Boy, right click, scan metadata, come back as R&B, right? Spotify is a source, apply that. And then I can just kind of just do that for all the tracks inside my Serato library. So what I would say is obviously go through your crates and obviously update them and do whatever you need to do. So this one here, 7 tracks need fixing. So I can go inside here and I'm going to scan. What I'm going to do is I'm going to scan all these tracks, right? I'm going to scan all these tracks on the internet. So I'm going to scan anyway. So it's going to scan all these tracks, scan all 7. So it's come back with the results. So Freddie McGregor, reggae, Pluto hip hop, Big Sean hip hop, Beyonce R&B, Boy Better Know UK music, and then this track here didn't come back with anything. So what I can do is do one of two things, right? So I can either enter it manually. Now this is a UK track, so I can just go inside here and do UK music and do it manually. Or what I can do is if I want to search Google for the track, I can click the Google button and it will open up Google side by side, and I can have a look and be like, what's the release year? So what's the release year? So the release year is 2001. Oh, current year. So yeah, 2001. And then so if I open this up, what is the genre? Let's see if this comes up. So UKG, heavily blended with hip hop and R&B, grime. But to me, this is UK music. So I'm going to just go in here and put UK music, right? Click apply both, close this. Now it's just applied the track tags to these tracks. And now this crate is sitting at 97% because this one hasn't been done. So for this example here, this track just can't be saved because it's got a URL inside the title and the artist just isn't right. So what I can do is I can just change these up. So Bacardi Yardi, and I think, I can't remember the name, hang on. So Bacardi Yardi. Ooh. European 305. So if I just update this, European 305. So if I come back to you guys. So European 305. So if I right click this now and scan it, it's actually come back correctly. So it's got the correct title and an artist. So we got genre, Amapiano, and then year 2023. So I can apply that. And now that creates, so the crate, why has that not been completed? What's missing from this one? Let me come out of that, go back in there. Can't remember I'm trying to remember what crate I was in. I completely forgot what crate I was in. But yeah, you guys kind of get the idea. So basically, long story short, if you want to go inside your crates and just organize your years and genres, Tags and Cues is the best app for it. So yeah, so like I said at the start, you can apply your suggestions to all your tracks. So I can click apply suggestions. and I could take this music library from 95% to 99. So what I'm going to do is do that. So I'm just going to click apply all, and that's going to do, so that's going to do 1,357 tracks. And then whilst that's doing, does anyone have any questions? Is it available in other languages than English? DJ Lex, I haven't actually thought about that, but that's a thing I can do. What if the year of the track is a certain year, but the remix version is different? Would it tag to the original? Yeah, Lewis, it will tag the original track. The whole getting the years for remixes is very tricky. So yeah. A migration tool transferring from Serato to USB to be used on USBs would be nice. So DJ Moto, the only way that's going to be possible is if you transfer from Serato to Recordbox and then Recordbox to USB. I've tried to do the whole Serato straight to Recordbox. Serato to USB. It's physically not it's physically not possible, because the way, in order for a CDJ to read the tracks, it needs to be put through Recordbox, and that's literally it. So even people are going to say to me, oh, but Virtual DJ does it. Virtual DJ goes through Recordbox. As much as people are going to try and say, no, it don't, it goes through Recordbox's process in order for it to work. So yeah, I tried making something to go from Serato directly to USB. I tried reverse engineering the USB. It don't work. Oh, hang on. I think my camera's frozen as well, hasn't it? Yeah, my camera has frozen because this is running. So bear with me, people. Bear with me. Give it 10 more seconds and I should be free. Oh, hang on. Video capture. Oh, hang on a minute. I'm frozen. FaceTime and EOS. Right, you're gonna have to get this view of me for a bit, unfortunately, people. But yeah, so the suggestions has just moved us up to 99%. So I can have a look at genres need fixing. So these are just the tracks that I need to sort out in my music library. Now, these tracks here, so these are sound effects actually. So what I can do is I can highlight these tracks here. So I can highlight these tracks here, double click here and start typing in sound effects. And then that will update all of those. So that's that. So that's 29 left. And then let's have a look. So these tracks here can be sorted as sound effects as well. So sound effects. It's 24 left. What else is there? So what we'll do is we'll just scan these 24 tracks to see if we can find everything. So scan 24 tracks. Right, so we've got 39 people in the chat and we've got 31 likes, right? If you're sitting in the chat, let's try and get the viewers to likes matching. So we need 8 more likes. If you're sitting in the chat and you haven't liked anything, please help out. Right, so all these tracks here haven't actually come back from MLT, which is unfortunate. Some of the years have come back, so many years have come back. So we're gonna apply the years only to these. So it's applied 7 years. So all we need to do now is kind of just go through these tracks here and fix them. So think about it. Out of 10,000 tracks, if we've only got to manually do 24, I'm happy with that. So let's see if we can Shazam any of these tracks. So I've just Shazam that. So that's come back as R&B. So I can apply that. AM Sniper, Shazam track. Artist, is that AM's? I don't think that's the right one. So like I said at the top here, Shazam does come back with some obscure like results. It's really strange. So you just always be cautious when you're scanning. Amy Winehouse, let's see if we can find that. Amy Winehouse come back as dance. Would you class Amy Winehouse as dance? I would personally put it as pop. So I can apply that. And then yeah, let's have a look. Let me see if I can do these manually. So also I'll just show you the manual process as well. So Back and Not Nice is hip hop. This one here is UK music. Bobby Bracken's R&B. So you can see here that the percentage is going up. Sorry, the number's going down. So what I like about this is the fact that you can actually see progress when you're actually making changes. When you're normally doing your organization, it's really hard to stay motivated if you don't see progress. Bobby Bracken's R&B. Back or Not Nice, hip hop. Alec. So I'm assuming this is hip hop because it's got Rich the Kid in it. So I'm gonna just highlight these two here and put hip hop. Update all. And then let's have a look. It's quite difficult doing this. So Brett Haley. Do you know what? I can actually listen to these as well, actually. Sounds like house. Right, let me see. Alex, can I show how many of these? Nope. Right, so AM Sniper, hip hop. Hungry for the Power, that's house. Brett Haley, I don't know what that is. DJ Nardi, how you doing? UK music. AV Alon Osh. I think this is UK music. So I'll put that there. But yeah, I'm just filling these out just for demonstration purposes and just to obviously just get this across the line. So hip hop. Black, I think this is R&B. I believe this is R&B. Yep. R&B. So we only got 10 left. R&B. Bella. Yep, R&B. Right, let's close that, open that. So we've got 7 left. So you can see kind of how you can stay motivated doing this, right? So Alex Simmons, Jersey. God, I'm gonna put that as house. Roxanne, that's hip hop. Big A, what's this? Oh, Afrobeats. Athena Cage, R&B. Brett Haley. I'm putting that as house. And then 3T. I'll put that as R&B. But yeah, so you can now see that the library has now been put to 100%, right? So you can see that there's no genres need fixing. Years, we're not too fussed about that because I feel like to be organized, genres is the most important thing. Okay, so that's all our tags sorted. Now, what I'm going to do is show you a feature that I put in the other day. But what I'm going to do first is actually delete all my crates inside Serato, right? So I'm going to open up Serato. So if you wanted to actually start fresh inside Serato, this is what I suggest you do. Delete everything. So at the moment, we have no crates inside Serato. We only have our music. So I'm going to close this. And then, once this is finished backing up, I'm going to go into MLT tags and queues. Now, like I said, this is a new feature that I put in the other day. Is I can click more actions and I can create smart crates. Now, someone tell me, right, how long do you think it would take you to create 30 smart crates manually inside Serato, right? Someone just put a rough guess, rough guess of how long it would take. So what you got to do is open Serato. You've got to click Smart Crate. You got to type in genre is R&B. Click it. All your R&B tracks will go in there. Do the same for hip hop, dancehall, dance, house. How long do you reckon it would take? Just rough guess. Someone give a rough guess. If we can get In case it hasn't been said, thank you for all you're doing for the DJ code. Jeremy, appreciate that, man. Appreciate it. The Google button. Hang on. I was wondering if we can get that Google button to appear next to each track. Oh yeah, I can do that. John Bowden, 5 hours. All right, cool. So we've got a nice round figure of 5 hours of how long it will take to create each smart crate for each track. We're going to go inside more actions and go create smart crates. So what it's going to do, it's going to search, it's going to scan all of our tracks and find all the different genres that we have for our tracks, right? So you can see here that we have all the genres that we have in our library are 80s, Afrobeats, Amapiano, bassline, cheese, Christmas, commercial, country, dance, dancehall, disco, drum and bass, garage, hip hop, house, jungle, Latin, Motown, no genre, which is just tracks that have no genre, other, pop, R&B, reggae, remix, rock, soca, soul, sound effects, trance, UK, funky UK music and warm-up mix, right? So to create 32 crates manually will take a long time. That took, what, 5 seconds, if that? So I'm going to close that, and I'm going to go inside Serato. So bearing in mind, we deleted all of our crates. So if you see now, you can see now inside Serato, we have a new crate called All Genres, and inside there are every single smart crate for all the genres that we have in our music library, right? So no genre, we have no tracks with no genre inside there, and no tracks with other, but we have, we've not got any pop. We've not got any pop tracks. Oh, we haven't got any pop tracks. R&B, reggae, remix, rock, we haven't got any rock music, soca, soul, no soul, sound effects, no, UK funky, UK music, and then warm-up mix. So yeah, so once you've tagged obviously all your tracks inside your Serato library, inside tags and queues, and you've obviously everything's been scanned, and I'm actually you know what? I'm sitting here being like, oh, hang on a minute, there's no tracks with sound effects. We tagged some tracks with sound effects. So if I click rescan ID free tags, and it goes through, we should have tracks. I'm just scanning, I'm just rescanning all the tags just so everything gets up to date. Here we go, we're getting somewhere now. Bear with me. Where's Scotty B's thing? Oh, he's not come back. Come on. Come on. Oh, they come back now. You know, my heart was pounding thinking it's broken. All right, cool. So you can see now, if I unclick files, yeah, so all the tracks are now sitting inside their genre folder. Now, some have come back obviously incorrect, which we can change and sort out. But the main thing was the speed of creating smart crates, right? To create these one by one, even if I try and do it now, like, how long is this going to take? So should we try and count it? Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So then do that. So what? 10 seconds each one. You got to do that quite quickly. Just no one's got time for that. So if we can automate it and make it quicker, we'll do that. But yeah, So that's pretty much our music library organized into genres. So say for example you wanted to play your R&B music, you can come inside here, organize it by BPM if I can find BPM, because this is how I normally DJ. Organize it by BPM, and then just DJ as you want. And then obviously from these genre crates, you can then build other crates on top of it. But if you wanted a decent starting point, this is like a good starting point to obviously get started. But yeah, so that's tags and queues and obviously setting up your smart crates. Now, the last two apps I'm going to show you guys, and then we can just run through any questions that anyone has. Oh, God, boiling. Let's have a look. I'm just checking. So we've had 12 people sign up into like physically into the app of MLT through this live stream, which is sick. Okay, so let's have a look. So we're inside the tags and queues now. Right, so the next app is Crate Match. So if you have Spotify playlists, if you're a wedding DJ, this is going to be something for you, right? So Crate Match allows you to take a Spotify playlist and convert it into a Serato crate using the tracks that you already have in your Serato library. So I'm gonna find a Spotify playlist. So let me think. Let's have a look. So I'm just gonna use this big one here. So share, copy link to playlist. Now I'm not gonna have obviously all the tracks inside this playlist, but I'll be able to show you kind of the functionality of it. So I can paste this playlist in, and then what it's going to do, it's going to find the name of the playlist and then the amount of tracks. There's two modes. There's plan mode and non-plan mode, and then obviously including variations. So plan mode allows you to scan the playlist, and then you can kind of, if there's any tracks missing, you can then find them inside your Serato library manually. But I'll show you guys. So I'll click preview matches. So as you can see, it's found 463 tracks in my Serato library, and then there was 485 missing. Now this was just a massive Spotify place, a random one that I found. But what we can do inside missing, I've added a few features inside here. So the matching technology, the matching algorithm is good, but sometimes it just doesn't pick up some tracks because of naming and stuff like that. So what you can do is when you come inside missing tracks, it comes up with these suggestions. So you can see here that Summer Love, Set the Mood. So this was the name of the track inside Spotify, but this is the track inside your Serato library. So you can see that Summer Love is obviously correct. So you can click accept match, and then that will work. Do what, Lauryn Hill, accept match. And then I can obviously go through all these, or I can just apply all the suggestions. And then all these tracks in my Serato library will be added into the crate. Now, there was an example that I can show you guys. So I know I have a track called, where's Slow Jams here? So this track here is saying that I don't have it in my Serato library. But what I can do is I can type in down here, Slow Jams, and you can see that I have actually got this track. So I can click match, and now this has come up as a manual match. So this will be added into the crate. So once I'm happy, I can click close and apply, and then I can click create crate, right? So if I click create crate, it will give it a name, and then this crate has now been created in Serato with 748 tracks. Now I'm going to explain why it has 748 tracks. Basically, it adds in all the different variations that you have. So say, for example, you've got a track and it's got clean version, it's got remixes, it will include them as well in the crate. So if I go inside Spotify, Serato, and then bring up not that window. So you can see here that the crate has now been brought inside Serato, and it's got the tracks in here. So if I go to the Spotify playlist and bring it side by side ish, you can see that Yo Excuse Me Miss is in there, Grass Ain't Greener, Up, I Don't Want to Know, Kiss from a Rose wasn't found, but Crew Love is in there. But you can see in here on the left hand side as well that it's also got the main track and it's also got the variation, like the remix. So say for example you're DJing a wedding and they've asked for this track, but you may want to play the remix. You can include the remix, or if you don't want to include the remix, you can simply just delete out the crate. Same with this one here, I'm in Love with a Stripper. If you don't want the clean version, you can just delete it and you can just go through. So these are all the tracks. Now that was a over the top example. Like no one's gonna really need 1,000 track playlist. But say for example, let me close this. You're doing a wedding, so I don't know if I can find this playlist. Let me see if I can find it. D&D wedding. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna find it. I literally used it in another video. Let me see if I can figure this out. Wedding. Lexicon wedding. Oh, here it is. R&B bangers for wedding, right? So I'm going to take this playlist and I'm going to copy it. So say, for example, a bride and groom has just come to you with a playlist. They're like, I want some of these tracks inside my played at the wedding. So you're going to get the playlist, and then what you would normally have to do is put this playlist side by side and then drag the tracks in manually inside Serato. And again, no one's got time for that. So you can copy this, go to copy playlist, and I'm going to go to import another. And I'm going to paste the playlist in again. So this has got 46 tracks. And I'm going to click preview matches again. And you can see now this is a better example, right? So it's found 41 tracks and it's missing 4, right? So then with these 4, I can go in and I can actually, I know I've got anonymous. Hang on, Bobby Valentina. Yep. So I know I've got, oh my days. I know I've got Bobby Valentino, so I can click this one here. So that's been matched. I know I've got Because of You, Neo. I know, can we chill? Do I have that? Oh my days. Can we chill? Yep, I've got that. And pop that, I think I've got that as well. I do. So yeah. So all of these tracks now, I've now found. So if I got given that wedding playlist, I'm all sorted. So think about how quickly that took compared to if I had to go through my Serato library one by one doing it manually. So I've done that. So we've now found all 45 tracks. One's missing. What's missing? Yeah, I need to have a look at that. About 45 out of 46. Odd. So hang on. I need to have a look at that number. But yeah, so I can click create crate. R&B bangers for wedding. And then that's put in 85 tracks with all the different variations. Just, hang on. One sec. So now that R&B bangers for wedding, order that by one, and all these tracks have now been put in. And like, so you're prepping for the wedding, you only want the main versions of the track, so you can get rid of that. I may want to have the intro version instead, 1-2 step. I can get rid of these 2 versions here, bartender, and then you can just go through and just get rid of the ones that you don't need. So you can see here that we've got multiple variations of Family Affair. I only want the intro version and the main one, right? So then that's that. That's just kind of sped up your workflow a lot. That's just made your workflow a lot quicker when you're like doing weddings or birthday parties. But yeah, that's Crate Match. So if I close that, and then the last app of the whole thing is CrateView. Now CrateView is not that crazy, But what you can do inside Create View is kind of just manage your crates. So if I go inside Create View, oh, Serato is running. 1 second. Let's bring up OBS again. Oh, hang on. Can I change my camera back now? Properties. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Oh, no. Yep. Yep. Okay. Where am I? Yeah, Create View. So inside Create View, you can see all your crates. So you can see all the tracks inside your crates. And then inside this, it's just quite as simple as if you want to hide a crate or archive a crate, you can just click hide, and that will hide it inside Serato, and the same with this one as well. So if I've hidden these 2 tracks, so if I go inside Serato, you can see that these crates have been hidden, right? So if I close Serato again, this app isn't as fancy. Like this is just quite a simple, straightforward app. But I can close Serato. I can then go back into Create View, and I can unhide these. Open Serato again. And you can see that they've appeared again. So say, for example, you wanted to hide some crates because you wanted to do a clear out, or say, for example, you had any seasonal crates. So say, for example, you have a bunch of Christmas crates, you can hide them so they're not in your Serato and then bring them back next Christmas. But that's just that scenario for that. But yeah, so that's all the apps inside MLT. Does anyone have any questions? I mean, I've missed a load of questions because I've been talking for so long. We've been talking for 2 hours here. But yeah, let's have a look. You think you can add a delete from library computer option of each track? I'd completely do on my library organization inside MLT with this feature. I only need to write for ratings. Okay. Do you think you can add a delete from library computer option for each track? Oh, inside tags and queues, I could probably do that. Yeah, I could probably do that. Yeah. Okay. DJ Volky, Volk, yeah. So the overall app costs 119. So you get all the apps and then any app that I make afterwards, or you can buy the apps individually. So they're all different price points. They're all on the website musiclibrarytools.co.uk. So feel free to check them out. But yeah, that is Music Library Tools. That's a massive walkthrough of everything that I've built over the past however long. Does anyone have any questions? I can go back to myself now and just chill for a bit now. Jesus. Whew. Oh, man. All right, so we've got 40 people in here outside here. Still got 40 people inside, so I haven't bored everyone. Mr. La 8120. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Like I said, people, if you want to check out the app and get it downloaded on your laptop, click the link in the description down below this live, or go to musiclibrarytools.co.uk and yeah, check it out. Let me know what you think. There's a bunch of like review stuff on the app and like feedback and stuff like that. So, right, if you already have MLT from earlier last year, you have to purchase the add-ons. So DJG R2 Lent or Relent. So if you've previously bought tags and queues or crate match, if you sign up to this version of MLT with the same email, you'll get migrated over. So you see all the premium features that you've seen in this, you'll get migrated over and you'll be able to use it. Yeah. I missed the beta school group. You had lots of great feedback was in there. Yeah, sure. I stopped using school because, if I'm honest, it was a bit expensive. It was a bit expensive to run that group. It was good, but it was just a bit too expensive to run that group. But yeah, man, that's that. Oh, actually, let me show you guys a feature I've been working on actually. So imagine if you've got hang on, let me bring it up first before I go and try and show you guys. This is like an exclusive for people that's actually watching now. Let me go to this and then go to okay, so this is just this is like another version of MLT that I've got. So let me go inside create match. So say for example you've got a DJ mix on your laptop. So I personally have, so I got given a mix from a good friend of mine, DJ Silk. So his mix I listen to in the gym all the time, right? And I wanted to know all the tracks that are inside the mix, but listening to the mix, it's a 90-minute mix. Listening to the mix and trying to write down all the tracks and trying to like do that, it takes too long. So I've created something inside Create Match to help with that. So if I go inside here, I've now got this new feature called Mix Upload. So what I can do is click Mix Upload, and then I can select the MP3 file, which is this one. And then what it's going to do, it's going to go through the mix, listen to it for me, and then tell me all the tracks inside it. So I'm going to click this. Like I said, people, exclusive for the people watching right now. But yeah, so if you don't want to listen to a mix that you already have, you can do it through Create Match. So essentially what it will do is it will split the mix up into minute sections, and then it will listen to each minute and find all the songs inside each of those minutes, and then it will show you a list of all the tracks, and then you can put them into a crate. Yeah. So great, man, welcome back. I see that you got co-sign from Jazzy Jeff. I said, yeah, DJ Relent, yeah, man. Yeah, so I went to Philly to help Jeff organize his library. That was a mad trip. That was a mad trip. But yeah, man. Yeah, Jazzy Jeff's Jazzy Jeff's a good guy, man. He's a sick DJ as well, man. Sick DJ. Good to see you, bro. Welcome back. Yeah, I'm coming back to YouTube now. Weekly uploads. And we're gonna see about live streams. I thought I'd just do a live stream tonight just to go through MLT. I could come online and ask more questions and go through MLT, but I feel like this will be a nice overview of MLT, and then everyone can kind of just figure out what like they want to do with it. But yeah, man, I appreciate everyone just kind of just sitting in and listening. Obviously, you might get bored of my voice, but yeah, man. So this is going to be up on YouTube straight after this. So if you want to rewatch it back, you can. I am going to be taking clips from it and putting it on social media, and then making it into little clips on YouTube as well, to make it a lot easier to listen to. Because obviously this is a 2-hour live. Sitting through it might take a long time. But yeah, so you can see now on the screen that it's actually finding the songs inside each section. Tell you much, yeah, while you was in Philly, you was like 45 minutes away. Yeah, I was in Philly in September. I have 250 tracks. Here in Jazzy Jeff only has 70k tracks. Makes me feel like a hoarder. yeah. I don't know. You don't need. I personally don't think you need thousands, like hundreds of thousands of tracks. It just makes your life a lot harder. I personally just think it makes your life a lot harder, man. But yeah, it's up to you how you want. Because the thing is, out of those 250,000 tracks, how many of those tracks are you really playing? Let's be real. Come on. Like when I DJ for 11 till 5. That's 6 hours, and I play just under 300 tracks. You don't need 250,000. 250. Do you know how much 200? It's a quarter of a million tracks. Try counting to 250,000, man. You'll be here for time. Yeah, like I came across a DJ the other day who had 485 404 484,000 tracks, and he actually crashed tags and cues, so I had to go fix it. Yeah, yeah. Yazin, how you doing? Oh, hang on. There's a lot of thank yous above, actually. Great app, Mr. Love. Thank you very much. Sig, great job. Thank you. DJ Lex, thank you very much. Oh, I got an 8 terabyte SSD. Yeah, you don't need it. You don't need 8 terabytes of music, man. I think this laptop here is a gig. My DJ laptop over there is. I think it's a gig actually. Yeah, I have a gig, and I have a lot of space on there still. Like I've got 12,000 tracks. Um, do you think once your library is organized in Serato, you can upload it to DJ Pro, then it'd be compatible with Record Box with the new one library feature? Yeah, I mean, you can do all of this inside Serato. You can get everything in one folder, organize all your tags, remove all your duplicates, and then that folder of music you can then just transfer to any DJ software and you're good. Um, but I've also been DJing for 40 years, so my library is very extensive. Yeah, yeah. I guess yeah. If you've been DJing for a long time, you have a massive collection of music. Are you that guy from Joe LaBelle? Yeah, Joe LaBelle posted me today because he's got MLT and he wanted to update his tags in tags and queues. So yeah, he shared on his story today. So yeah, a lot of people have been coming my way through Joe today. But yeah. Also, so this mix listener here, obviously, it's taken around about 4 minutes. Now, this is probably the longest thing that is inside my app at the moment. But you got to think, right? Do you want to listen to a 90-minute mix, or do you want to wait 4 minutes? Do you know what I mean? You have yeah. The trade off is yeah. I wish there was something to auto create smart crates. Sure, there is. Yeah, there is. I mean, so there's a feature inside tags and queues that does it, but how would you want it done exactly? Um, I creating auto creating smart crates is easy. So however you want it, just let me know and I can put it in. Right. You need to make your software compatible with MP4 because I DJ with videos. So Tony Morris, right? Now, the problem with other file formats, unfortunately, they're not as easy to work with. Like MP, because obviously MP3 has been around for so long, and like it's a lot easier to do MP3s. Like everything that I do is so easy with MP3s. When you start doing MP4s and WAVs, because the files are a lot bigger, it's a lot harder. Like when I was testing with WAV, so one WAV file is like 37 megabytes, right? You can't just update the tags. You have to duplicate the track with the new tag, set it, and then delete the old one and make sure that the old one is back in the old position. It just took too long. It took way too long. So yeah. Just arriving. If you haven't already, can you speak about Q points? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry. Q points inside MLT. Yeah, bear with me. Let me just wait for this to finish and then I'll show you guys the Q points feature inside MLT. Is it better to have your music on your external hard drive or your computer? I personally think it's best to have it on your computer. Okay, so what that's just done, the process in the background, is just listen to a 90-minute mix and it's got all the tracks from inside the mix, right? So you can see that the first track was LL Cool J, Mariah Carey, Snoop Dogg, Tupac, whatever. Now, there obviously is going to be tracks missing because it can't find the tracks. But what you can do is you can listen to this. I know this track here is This Is How We Do It, Montel Jordan. So I can put in here, Montel Jordan, This Is How We Do It. And then I can apply that. And then that's a manual thing. So basically, what it's done is it's got a track list from the mix because it's listened to it. And then once you're happy with everything, obviously there's gaps inside here, but once you're happy with all the tracks, you can click Match and Create Crate. And then what that will do is it will find those tracks from that mix in your Serato library, and then create a crate for you. And then you now have that crate created from that mix in your Serato library. So yeah, that's just a feature I've just been working on, which I'm still in development with it now. I just need to make it a little bit better. But yeah, so people want to know about cue points. I forgot about that actually. So let me see if I can think of an example. Actually, let me do this. If I go inside Serato, oh shit, Serato 4. Right, so let me just bring up this track here. So there's a track in here. So does this have cue points? Yeah, so this has 3 cue points. So let me get rid of these cue points in here. So just remember the track It Depends by Chris Brown, right? So let me close this. So that has no cue points at the moment. So then where's tags and cues gone? Oh. So right, so if I open up Tags and Cues 2.0, go to Serato library. Wait for this to open. And then close this. So if I go to that new crate, so this It Depends track. Now, I'm hoping this works. Every time I try and demonstrate this, yeah, it doesn't work. But so I'm going to right click this and go to Open Cue Points. So you can see here that it has no cue points set. So the way I set my cue points for my intro. So by the way, this only works for intro tracks at the moment. So the way I set my cue points for my tracks is I set it at the start of the intro, halfway through the intro, and at the drop of the intro, so at the end of the intro. So basically with MLT, you can set those automatically. So if I click Add Cue Points and then click Add, so it says we've placed 3 cue points on the intro, start, half, and drop. So if I click Close and then open back up Serato, now I'm fingers crossed that this works. Fingers crossed that this works. So if I bring back up Serato now, go to Create One, load this, there's 3 cue points on it. So basically, if you have a bunch of intro tracks that you want to set cue points for automatically, you can do it. So you can see that the cue points here, and the cue points here. Yeah, I hope that has cleared up any questions about cue points. Right. Will this work with Latin music? Yeah, Tony Morris, basically, like I said previously, it scans the internet, it scans all these different sources, and it should get Latin music. Now, the subgenres of Latin music is quite extensive, so it probably will just come up with Latin music, but I am gonna incorporate subgenres in soon, once I've got everything sorted. Okay, so let me go back to OBS and just put me. So yeah, that's everything that I feel like I need to cover today. Does anyone else have any other questions before I lock off the live? Because I actually need to go eat some food. But we've been on for 2 hours and 23 minutes. And you know what? There's how many people in here? There's 42 people in here sat watching me on a Friday night, which is mental to me. I thought coming on a Friday night wouldn't go as well because I thought everyone would be out. But yeah, I appreciate everyone that's on, man. So I've already purchased MLT years and genres, and I have a license key via email. You're saying I automatically get the upgrades? Yes, DJ G Relent. If you if you download this, so the link in the description down below. When you sign up, use the email address that you got the license key in, and it will say to you, you are a previous user of tags and cues, enter in your email or enter in the license code. So if you enter in the license code, you'll get the premium version of MLT tags and cues inside the new MLT app. So yeah, download that and let me know how you get on. If you have any issues, just hit me up on Instagram and you'll be good. Whew, God, I've done a lot of talking, boy. Yeah. Any other questions, anyone? Anyone got any other questions? Any features anyone would be interested in putting in? Yeah. Let me know. So we've got 42 people in here. Let me move this over to here. But yeah, if no one's got any questions or burning questions on their mind right now, I'm gonna lock off the live. But this is gonna be on YouTube. It's gonna be on YouTube to rewatch straight after this. So feel free to obviously watch it back. If you have any questions, put it inside the chat and I can pick it up. Or yeah, also inside the MLT app, there's a support feature. So you can literally just write a support thing to me, and I'll get it instantly on my phone and I can reply back to you straight away. Thank you for all you're doing. I've been watching you for a while. One thing that's constant with you is about saving time, so thank you. Yeah, I'm all about saving time. When do I come back on the live? So Tony Morris, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how consistent I'm going to be with lives. I'd like to come back on tomorrow, and just keep answering questions and stuff like that. I'll try and put up something how often I'm going to be doing lives and stuff like that. But I just thought tonight, let me go live, and just see the reaction and see how people are getting on and stuff. But yeah, I'll keep everyone posted on how often I'm going to go live. But yeah, man, I appreciate everyone that's been in the live stream. It's been a good live. Hopefully you've got all the information that you need about MLT, because I know a lot of people were kind of on the fence about using MLT and stuff like that. But what I needed to do was something like this to show you exactly what everything does. But yeah, so over the next couple of weeks, I am just going to be going through the app and just making things a lot easier to use, improving the performance and stuff like that. And yeah, and then it's just all about just kind of growing the app. We're sitting at, let's have a look quickly before we log off. So we're currently sitting at 1,046 users on the app, which is which is mad. Yeah, I'm just scared to mess with the duplicator. Yeah, I mean, Tony, yeah. The thing with duplicates, you need to just make sure you're not deleting something that you're going to use. But that's just a matter of going through the results page. And there's also a history tab inside duplicates, so you can actually go through your duplicates and leave it and then come back to it. So that's a good feature as well. So you don't have to feel like you've got to do everything all in one go. But yeah, all right, people. I appreciate everyone. We still got 36 people in here, which is sick. But yeah, man, I appreciate everyone. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up on Instagram. I'll try and answer as many questions as possible. I have a bunch of videos coming out over the next few weeks around automation and just boring things that we have to do as DJs. I'm just automating them all, because like people have said in the chat, I'm just all about saving time, man. Like, because we want to actually get away from organizing and set our computer doing tracks one by one to get on the decks and actually DJ, you know? So yeah, so my whole mission this year is to get DJs away from manually organizing their music libraries to doing automation, clicking one button, sorting it all out, and then getting back to DJing, man. But yeah, stay tuned for the videos. I'm going to be releasing videos on YouTube every Sunday. So I've got another video coming out on Sunday. And then, yeah, every Sunday on from that, I'm going to try and put out a video every week. So I'm going to try and put out one video a week. So it should be 52 videos by the end of the year. And then a few live streams here and there. But obviously, you guys have enjoyed the live stream, so I can do a lot more. The new MLT doesn't work in my MacBook. Have you got Catalina by any chance? Or are you downloading the correct version? Because there's obviously Intel and Silicon. Yeah, DJ Lex, hit me up on Instagram and I can try and help you out. But yeah, all right, people, I'm going to log off, get some food and chill. But I appreciate everyone. If anyone has any questions, hit me up on Instagram. Peace.